Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome back to Miss Sakina's English class. How are you today? I hope that everyone is doing fine. Today we are going to continue Unit 8. Where were you yesterday? And our main skill today will be reading. I hope that everyone is ready with your textbook, your exercise book, and also your stationery. So, are you ready to start? You are? Very good. Let's start. Wow, look what we have here. We have two pictures here. Two old pictures. One, two. Do you think that this city is in Malaysia? Does this look like Malaysia? No, this is not Malaysia. So, where do you think it might be? Can you guess? It is in New York City, the United States of America. Do you know New York City? Have you ever heard of it? I bet you do. So these two pictures are taken in New York City, in the United States of America. Look at this flag. Now, but these two pictures look so old, right? That's right. I'm sure that these two pictures are not from 2021. So, when do you think the pictures were taken? Can you guess? It was taken in the past, in the year 1900. Wow, that's so long ago. It is about 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago. Wow, that is so long. Now today, we will learn about the New York City in the year 1900. I hope that everyone is ready. Are you ready? If you're ready, that's good. Now before we start to read, we have to know these two words. Now let's look at the first one. Repeat after me. Noisy. Noisy. Now we say something is noisy when the sound is too loud and we don't like it. So we say noisy. Noisy. Right. Let's look at the second picture, the second word. Repeat after me. Carriage. Carriage. That's right. Very good. Now, have you ever seen a carriage before? Good. Some of you do and some of you don't. Now, this is a carriage. There are horses in front of the car. So this is the car. It has 4 wheels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is the driver. It makes the horses move. When the horses move, the car moves. So this is a carriage. And people in the year 1900 uses carriage as the transportation. Got it? Good. Now let's look at the next slide. Alright, boys and girls. Now I want to show you the grammar box. Right, I have sentences to show you. Let's see. This is the first sentence. Let's read. There was a theater. There was a theatre. Now we use there was to say that a person, place, or object is existed in a specific place in the past. We use was to talk about the past, right? So we use there was to say that a person, one person, or one place, or an object existed in a specific place in the past. Right? Got it? Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me on Telegram, okay? Right, let's look at the next one. There were carriages. There were carriages. Now, we use there were to say that more than one person, place, or object is existed in a specific place in the past. So we use were to talk about the past for more than one person, place, or object. Right? So we use there were to say that more than one person, place, or object is existed in a specific place in the past. Got it? Good. Let's look at the different side of these sentences. What is different? Now, these two sentences are positive sentences, right? So I will show you the negative sentences. The first one, there wasn't a bus. There wasn't a bus. Now, the word wasn't is a short form for was not, right? Was not. So we use there wasn't when we want to say that a person, a place, or object is not existed in a specific place in the past. It's not existed. Means it doesn't exist. So we use there wasn't. There wasn't a bus. Right? Okay, so let's look at the second one. I think you know this one. There weren't many cars. There weren't many cars. Now the word weren't is the short form for were not. Were not. So we use weren't when we want to say that more than one person, place, or object is not existed in a specific place in the past. It's not existed. It doesn't exist. So we say there weren't many cars. Right? Got it? Very good, boys and girls. So let's proceed to the next one. Alright, boys and girls, it's reading time. Alright, I want everyone to take your textbook and turn to page 78. Right? Turn to page 78 and you will see the picture like mine over here. Right? You will see the same picture. Got it? Alright, good. Now what you have to do now is you will listen to the audio here. I will play the audio. And then you have to listen and read. You have to point at the words from the audio. Right? Listen and read along with the audio. Can you do it? You can. Are you ready to listen? You are? Very good. Okay, let's start.
Activity 1. Listen and read. Social Studies.
A city from the past.
1.
This is a picture of New York City in the year 1900. It was very different then. There weren't any shopping centres or cinemas, but there were shops and theatres.
2.
There weren't many cars back then, But there were lots of horses and carriages. The streets of New York City weren't quiet. They were noisy and full of people, just like today.
Got it? Very good, boys and girls. Now, I want to ask you a few questions. Now, the first one is, what city are these pictures of? Do you remember? That's right, New York City. Very good. What year is it in these pictures? It's the year 1900. Very good. The third one, were there any shopping centers and cinemas back then? Do you know? That's right. No, there weren't any shopping centers or cinemas. But were there any theaters? Yes, they were. Were there many cars back then? No, they weren't. But there were horses and carriages, right? Great. All right. Now, were the streets quiet back then? No, they weren't. They were noisy and full of people back then too, just like now. Right? Just like today. Very good, boys and girls. Seems like you understand. But if you have any questions, you can always ask me on Telegram, okay? Alright. Ding ding! Now, can you guess what we have here? That's right, this is your first task, your worksheet A. Alright, so I will give you the link to worksheet A on Telegram. And what you have to do is, you have to click on the worksheet and tick what was there in New York City in the year 1900. Alright, this is the shopping center, this is the cinema. Wait. This is the shopping center, this is the cinema, this is shops, these are shops. This is the theater, this is the carriage, this is a car, and this is a bus. Right? So you have to choose what was there in New York City in the year 1900. Can you do it? You can? Okay, very good. Now let's look at the next worksheet. Worksheet B. This one. Alright. So what you have to do is, okay, I will give you this worksheet, worksheet B on Telegram also. And what you have to do is, you have to draw New York City in the year 1900 based on your imagination. Right? Okay, we've read just now about New York City in the year 1900. So what you have to do is, you have to draw New York City in the year 1900 based on your imagination. There's nothing right or wrong. Just draw it based on your imagination, okay? Alright, very good. Now, if you can print this worksheet, you can print it. If you have a printer, you can print it. But if you don't have a printer, you don't have to print it. You only have to write the instruction in your exercise book and draw it in your exercise book. Okay? Can you do it? You can? Very good. Now, if you have any questions, remember, you can always ask me on Telegram. Good? Alright. Okay, so before we end our lesson today, I want to show you something. Now, do you remember these pictures? You do? That's right. Okay, so these are the pictures that we saw just now. It is New York City in the year 1900, right? That's right. Now, I will say that science and technology are very important to build great cities. Why? Because, okay, let's look at these pictures. Okay, these are New York City in the year 1900. But these are New York City's pictures now. It's beautiful, right? There's a lot of buildings and lights, and you can see McDonald's over here, and there's a lot of people. A lot of people and shopping centers and cinemas because of science and technology. So, science and technology are very important to build great cities. Got it? Great! So if you are good in science and technology, you can build great cities in Malaysia too. Alright. Okay. Okay, boys and girls, that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you in the next lesson. Take care and goodbye.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video.